I welcome the summer provision announcement from the Minister, but I, along with many parents across North Kildare, despair that the scheme might yet be another one of these, speak first, think later from the Department. Can I tell you that my head is bursting and my heart is breaking from listening to all the thinking, all the worrying from exhausted parents of children with special needs and what they have been relaying to me over the past few weeks. I hear in their voices the realisation that the love they have for their child with special needs isn't enough to provide the services that they need. Some parents are anxious about children who are vulnerable from a medical point of view. One mum, Aisling, texted me after a long chat the other evening. My son is high risk. He has a high inflammatory disease and Down syndrome. He has a profound intellectual disability. He is tube-fed around the clock and requires 24-hour care. Aisling hopes that the Department will be able to provide him one-to-one July provision at home, as she is terrified of him catching the virus. I've spoken to parents of children with Down syndrome, and they really welcome the fact that they're being included this year. It's very important to them that they are included in further years, and I've also spoken to other parents whose children are going to special schools, yet they don't qualify for the July provision. Now, I accept that that's something that will be for another minister to decide, but I hope that you appreciate that I want to give voice to their concerns today. Minister, we are coming out of our lockdown, but for many of these parents I've been speaking to, lockdown is how they feel they have been living their lives. They feel in lockdown because they have been locked out. They have been locked out with an outdated system, with a stony face that seeks to confer a privilege on their child rather than the rights that their beloved child should be entitled to health, to care and to education. They are not looking for the sun, moon and stars. They are looking for their rights. They are looking for the state to show kindness to their child, the child that they love. Minister, with your press release, we had the headline, we had the announcement, but I would ask that you put kindness in the story of the summer provision, please. So I ask, Minister, as you know, community-based activity is very important for most of these children. Have you investigated what the negative effects would be of social distancing and the possible additional stress that this might bring to the children? Secondly, have we the capacity to provide one-to-one July provision at home for especially medically vulnerable children? These children, they need the structure, they need the stimulation. Parents like Aisling need to know that we are there to help her and her son. Minister, what is the situation with school transport? I know it's not the responsibility of the school per se, but managing transport is one of the trickiest aspects of managing COVID-19. And I'd like to know if there are any plans in place to look at that context for the children. And lastly, how does July provision cater for deep cleaning and for the additional cleaning that will be required, given the circumstances that some of these children, have problems with spitting or dribbling, and the intimate hygiene needs as well in this new COVID world?
Thanks, Deputy Frank Fien.